Hi friends, you're back with me, your friend for biology, Professor Kukreja. So, without wasting much time, you know that every day we are discussing these, your favorite ones, your PYQs, right? So, this is not exactly PYQ, the previous year, but it is previous to previous. I think this is around NEET 2022. See, I'm so intelligent, I can look at the questions and tell. Anyways, without wasting much time, the nitrogenous waste excreted as a pellet or paste in, right? So we know that nitrogenous waste in the form of a pellet or a paste, right? We know that that is in birds, right? So here you can see the bird, pavo, right? So you have this pavo, that is your peacock. That day I was talking about pavo and then he was telling vada. So this has nothing to do with that vada pavo, but this pavo, it refers to what is called as your peacock, right? Ornithorhynchus, we know that is a mammal. Salamandra is a amphibian, right? Then hippocampus is seahorse, a fish. I'm like, sometimes it is hippocampus, then it is seahorse, then it is a fish. But anyways, it is not excreting the products in the form of paste or pellet. They are ammonotelic or ureotelic, or the uricotelic one here which you have is your this pavo, or what is called as your peacock. Anyways, so natural selection, where more individuals acquire a specific character value than the mean character. So you know those three graphs we had seen where you have a central mean character being increased, which is called as a stabilizing selection, where both the mean characters, they are being what you call it, not both the mean, the both extreme characters, they are being selected, which we call as disruptive selection. This is not going random because this is going in a specific character, so you have some direction to it, right? So either it may go towards your this direction or it may go towards your this direction. So any one which is there is being selected. So I think it is directional, right? So natural selection, where more individuals acquire a specific character value other than the mean character. So any one character value, when it is acquiring, it is directional, what you call as your selection, or a directional change, what you call. Which of these is not a connective tissue? So which one does not connect, right? Cartilage, it connects. Your adipose is a type of connective tissue. Your blood is a liquid connective tissue. So now you're sure that is neuroglia, right? Your nerve cells and these neuroglia. Now neuroglia are not actually nervous. You are nervous right now, but then we know that they are providing support and protection and nourishment and other stuff to your neurons, but yes, but they are not connective tissue. So neuroglia is not a connective tissue. Anyways, which of these is not true? So here many students, they get this thing, which of these is not true? So remember that not, and it is not true. They are talking about flippers of penguin and dolphins are a pair of homologous structures, right? We know homologous organs, right? Those which are having a common structure but performing different functions, right? So they are homologous. But here I think the flippers of penguins and dolphins, they are performing the same function. Their structure may not be different. I think they are analogous. So we got the answer in the first go. Analogous structures are result of convergent evolution, right? We know that analogous structures, they come in when, you know, that when these structures, they are having different structural organization, but they are doing one common function. So they all come together at one point. So that is what is called as a convergent evolution. So yes, your analogous structures, they are the basic structural plan may be different, but the purpose, their purpose is the same. Like your all purpose is same. We all are moving towards the same purpose, that is cracking your NEET. So you are preparing at different coachings, you are doing self study, you are watching my videos. I hope they are helping you. And then many other things we are doing, and then our purpose is the same. So that is convergent. We all come at one point. So yes, that is a analogous structure is going for convergent evolution. We know that homologous structures, they go for divergent evolution. The sweet potato, the one which you eat when you are fasting, and the potato again, which you also eat when you are not fasting. Anyways, potato also we eat in a fast, but then this potato and sweet potato, we know that this is a stem and this is a root. right? The adventitious root. You remember the earlier lecture, an earlier question we had that. So this is a root, this is a stem. So basically their structures are different, but the function is the same. They are all for eating. Not like that, but as far as plant is concerned, they are all for what you call as storage of food. So उनका structure अलग है ना, एक root है, एक stem है, पर उनका फंक्शन तो एक ही है, टू सर्व एज अ स्टोरेज ऑफ फूड. सो देयरफॉर देयर एग्जांपल ऑफ एनालॉगी इज करेक्ट. देन होमोलॉगी इज इंडिकेटिंग अ कॉमन ancestry. Yeah, very right, because homology, you know that they are having a common structure, so therefore it is like we have one common structure and from there we have evolved. So homology indicates that we have a common ancestor, so isliye we all are one. Right? So yes, so here you go, we are here with it. So here this is the wrong one. The flippers of penguins and dolphin, we know they are examples of analogous structures. The NEET 2022 paper, if you have a brief overview of this paper of NEET 2022, you'll find that roughly 10 units which you have in biology. When I was going through this paper, I came to know that there are around 9 questions on the first unit. So the first unit of your living world or biological classification, then your plant animal kingdom, it has around the weightage of 9 in this paper I'm talking about. Then you have the second unit which deals with your morphology of flowering plants, your what you call a structural organization of your plants and animals, your anatomy of flowering plants, that comprises a lot of 8 questions. So then you have the unit of your cell, the basic unit of life, the biomolecules and your cell division, amounting to around 10 questions. You have a plant physiology. Now the things are deleted, but then earlier you had those plant water relations, then your mineral nutrition, then you had your plant growth and development, you had photosynthesis, then you had your this respiration in plants, all of that stuff comprising to 15 questions. Oh, a big deal. And then the human physiology, right, where you dealt with that digestion. Again, now it is deleted, but then yes, that time we had, so it was digestion, it was respiration, then it was your chemical control and coordination, it was your nervous control and coordination, and it was your human skeletal system, the skeleton and locomotion. It was comprising of around I think around 11 questions, right? Coming to your 12th standard now, so it was 9 in the first, 8 in the second, 10 in the third, 15 in the fourth, and around 11 questions in the fifth unit, right? Coming to your 12th standard section here, the first section of reproduction which you have, right? There were around, I suppose, 7 questions on this reproduction unit. So there were around 7 questions. Then the next unit which you have, which deals with your genetics, the principles of inheritance, the molecular basis of inheritance, then your evolution. This one we had 2 questions here. So total there were around 14 questions, 6 from both. So that comprised a lot of 14 questions. The next unit, the microbes or your what you call strategies, which is now deleted again, but then strategies in enhancement in food production, that time it was there, and your human health and disease, it I think comprised of around 4 questions only. The biotechnology, the principles and processes and applications, it was around 9 questions. And your last unit, somehow where you skip it, now they have also skipped, you don't have that environmental issues, but then that entire unit of what is called as your ecosystem, then your organisms and population, biodiversity and its conservation, and environmental issue, that time comprised of around 12 questions. So 12th standard, you had 7 questions from the first unit of 12th, then there were 14 questions from the second unit of your 12th, then there were 4 questions on the third, then there were around 9 questions on what is called as your 4th unit, and the 5th unit, it had around 12 questions. So this was a general overview about your NEET 2022. Probably this gives you an idea that everything is important. So on an average, I always suggest that there are going to be some questions on each unit. So they are not going to leave any unit as such. So even today we have around 10 units in biology, so you can like have an average of around 10 questions from each unit. So you can expect the questions distributed according to that particular unit. So don't skip anything. You never know like which unit is important, which unit is not, and you are not the one who are going to decide that all units are equally important. So all the best, and I hope that this rough analysis will surely help you. And stay tuned with me. Tomorrow we'll have analysis of one more paper, and then we'll also discuss some of these PYQs. So stay tuned with me, Professor Girish Kukreja. Thank you.